welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to explain the phase diagram of the sulfur system. Sulfur system is also a one component system, but it is different from the water system. There is some specialty in the sulfur system. So today I will explain it clearly, go through the whole video. It will be helpful for you, I think. So actually, what is the difference between the major difference between the sulfur system and water system is that, so in case of water system, which is the one component simple system, in case of water system, the solid state of water, which is the solid state of water is the ice. So ice has only single crystal structure throughout the region of the solid state, but for the case of the sulfur, there are two type of crystal structure in the solid state. So one is orthorhombic sulfur and another is monoclinic sulfur. So this is the major difference between the sulfur system and the water system. So sulfur can be exist as the sulfur can have four phases, and these four phases are the sulfur in bracket R. This means sulfur is the orthorhombic state, sulfur M means the sulfur in the monoclinic state, and these two are the solid state. And another is liquid and another is gas. So from my previous discussion, you all know that the state of a system is dependent on the temperature and pressure of the system. So for the water also, so there is a temperature range and there is a pressure range in which water can be stay as the solid, liquid or gas. In case of sulfur is also same. So there is a temperature range and there is a pressure range in which sulfur can exist as a single phase. And in case of sulfur, one major difference from the water is that the solid state of a sulfur can have two crystal structure, and these two crystal structure are the orthorhombic and monoclinic structure. So there are actually four phases. Sulfur has actually four phases. So what is the major difference between the orthorhombic and monoclinic structure is that the major difference between the orthorhombic and monoclinic sulfur is that in case of orthorhombic sulfur, they all are, the basic structure is the cube, and I am not drawing in scale. So from my crystallography video, you can know that the crystal can be differentiated by its length and the interfacial angle. So there are three axial length. If this is y axis, this is x axis, and this is z axis, then along the x axis its length is a, along the y axis length is b, and along the z axis the length is c of the cube. So and there are interfacial angle between the xy, yz and xz, interfacial angle. So and they are denoted as alpha, beta and gamma. So in case of sulfur in orthorhombic structure, that is in case of orthorhombic structure, what is the relation between ABC and alpha, beta, gamma, that matters. So in case of orthorhombic sulfur, A is equal to B. In case of orthorhombic sulfur, the three axes are not same. So A not is equal to B, not is equal to C. But the three angles, that is alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to 90 degree. So this is the orthorhombic sulfur, or orthorhombic. This is the criteria of a orthorhombic structure, crystal structure. But for the monoclinic structure, the difference is that for monoclinic structure, A not is equal to B, not is equal to C. This is same as the orthorhombic structure. But alpha and if two angles are there, in case of monoclinic structure, two angles are same is equal to 90 degree, but one angle not is equal to 90 degree. This is the basic difference between the orthorhombic structure and the monoclinic structure. So sulfur can exist as the orthorhombic and monoclinic, both two structures sulfur can maintain, and this structure is depend on the pressure and temperature of the system actually. So from the phase diagram, now it will be very easier for you, the phase diagram of the sulfur system, if we follow my previous videos. So now phase diagram is basically the pressure temperature diagram. From this phase diagram you can see that at which pressure and temperature one phase can exist of a system. So in my previous videos I already told you that the line indicates the coexistency curve, that is the upon the line two phase can coexist, but these spaces, that is the space between two lines, this space are space for the single system, single phase, and sulfur is also the one component system. So from the phase rule we all know that F is equal to C minus P plus 2, and for one component system C is equal to 1, then 1 minus P plus 2, that means 3 minus P. The equation of degree of freedom for one component system is that F is equal to 3 minus P. So upon the line two phases can coexist. So upon the line, what is the degree of freedom? If you follow my water system phase diagram video, you can say that upon the line the degree of freedom is equal to, upon the line the number of phase is equal to 2. So degree of freedom is equal to 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And so the degree of freedom of AB, BE, BC and CD and CE is 1. But the space between two lines, what is the degree of freedom? The degree of freedom for space between two lines, the number of phase is equal to 1, then degree of freedom is equal to F is equal to 3 minus 1, that is 2. So for rhombic structure, monoclinic structure, liquid structure and gaseous structure, the degree of freedom is equal to 2, and there is a special point where three phases can coexist, which is known as the triple point, and for the triple point F is equal to 3, so P is equal to 3, so F is equal to 3 minus 3, that is equal to 0 for the triple point. So in case of water there is only one triple point, but in case of sulfur there is more than one triple point. Now I am telling what are the space for the orthorhombic, monoclinic, liquid and gaseous sulfur. So this is the orthorhombic sulfur, this is the monoclinic sulfur, this is gas and this is liquid. So this axis is the pressure axis and this axis is the temperature. So from the phase diagram you can see that at lower temperature the rhombic or orthorhombic sulfur is stable, but at higher temperature monoclinic sulfur is stable. So suppose this is a pressure, this is P1. At P1 pressure, if you increase the temperature, then you can get the rhombic structure up to that temperature range, but beyond this temperature, if you increase this temperature again, then you can get that monoclinic structure. Okay, now at this pressure, if you increases the temperature of the system slowly, then after 95.4 degrees Celsius, you cannot get the orthorhombic sulfur or sulfur in the orthorhombic state, then you can get the sulfur in the monoclinic state. So the transition point or transition temperature of orthorhombic sulfur to monoclinic sulfur is 95.4 degrees Celsius, and this coexistency curve, that is BE, represent the coexistency of rhombic sulfur to monoclinic sulfur, and this is AB. What is the coexistency curve of AB? AB curve is the sulfur in rhombic state to gaseous state, sulfur in gaseous state. What is the BC? You can say that what is the BC? BC is the sulfur. BC is the sulfur in monoclinic to sulfur in gas state. CD. CD is the sulfur in liquid state to sulfur in gaseous state. And what else? The CE. CE is the sulfur in monoclinic state to sulfur in liquid state. And there is a critical temperature which denoted at TC. So up to that temperature liquid state can exist, and after that temperature you can't get a liquid state, you can only get the vapor state. So this is the critical temperature. That's why this curve is not continuous, this curve is discontinuous, because up to that temperature sulfur can exist as the liquid state. Beyond this temperature sulfur can't exist as the liquid state. Okay, so what are the importance of different part of this phase diagram? I told you. What are the triple point for this system? That is, B is a triple point of the sulfur system, where in the point B, here the point B, the three system are the sulfur in rhombohedral state, sulfur in monoclinic state, and sulfur in gas state. These three phases can exist in the point B. So B is a triple point, and the degree of freedom of B is equal to 0. And another triple point is the C. Here C is also triple point, and at C the sulfur in monoclinic state, sulfur in gaseous state, and sulfur in liquid state can coexist at point B, point C. So C is also a triple point. So another interesting thing for the sulfur system is that there also exists another triple point, and this triple point is the G point. This G point is also a triple point. How this is a triple point, I will tell you how this is considered as triple point. This process is slow process. If we heat the sulfur system slowly, then we can get the monoclinic state from the rhombohedral state. But if the process is not slow process, then we may get the sulfur in the rhombohedral state also beyond the 95.4 degrees Celsius. 95.4 degrees Celsius, but this sulfur is not considered as the stable rhombohedral orthorhombic sulfur. This sulfur is actually the metastable or superheated. This sulfur actually the metastable or the superheated sulfur in the orthorhombic state. So actually the line, that is the dotted line BG, is that if we are considering the sulfur in the metastable orthorhombic state, then if we extended the line AB, we can get the line BG. So this is a point, this is a actually intersection point of the line AB, extended line of AB, and you can say that extended line of DC, because this is also, you can, another explanation of the point G is that if we are cooling the liquid state, if we cooling the liquid sulfur in liquid state, if we cooled it, then we can get the sulfur in monoclinic state, then sulfur in rhombohedral state in the cooling process. But if the process is not slow process, if the process is very quick process, then you can get sulfur in the monoclinic state, but this is a supercooled sulfur in the monoclinic state, and this monoclinic state is not the stable state when this point arises, the intersection, at the intersection point, because this is a supercooled monoclinic state. You can say that this is a supercooled monoclinic state. So the importance of point G is that point G indicates the metastable state of the sulfur, and this metastable state actually the G is actually can be the sulfur in the rhombohedral orthorhombic state or sulfur in the monoclinic state. You can say that if AB is the coexistence curve of the sulfur in SR to SG, then this BG is also the coexistency curve of the sulfur in rhombohedral state to sulfur in gaseous state, but sulfur in rhombohedral, superheated rhombohedral state to sulfur in gaseous state. So this is also a coexistency curve, and this is also, this CG also a coexistency curve of two phases, and these two phases are the metastable sulfur in monoclinic state to sulfur in gaseous state. So this point is actually a triple point of three phases, and these three phases are two metastable phase, that is the rhombohedral and monoclinic, and one is gaseous phases. So this is also a triple point. You can say that G is also a triple point. So this is an interesting thing in case of sulfur system, and if you know that much of the sulfur system, then you can solve out the problem actually. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you again in my next video.